Ladies and gentlemen, if you could begin to find your seats, we'd appreciate that. We'll begin in about maybe 10 minutes. So please grab your drink and begin finding your places to your seats. Thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, the program will begin in 5 minutes. Please take out your cell phones, take a picture or a selfie, and check into your Facebook or Instagram account and let everyone know where you are. Please use hashtag Guard381 and post your pictures. So please begin finding your seats. We will begin in 5 minutes. Thank you.
Something moving? I don't think I've ever, maybe, I don't think I've ever been this way. All right, so you're going to call me up?
Yeah. In fact, you might want to just, in the next 5 minutes, Stan? Hey, Chris, look here. Stan with us.
Hey, Stan. How you doing? Good, same here. So, where do you want me to?
I'll wait here in the wings.
Okay.
It'll be about 3 minutes. And then
Where's Captain going to be? Up here or
he'll be coming up here.
Okay.
Okay? Okay, great.
Well, I made it big. So I can actually see it.
I know. I
brought my glasses.
16
my
point
wife's
time.
glasses.
16 point time.
I can't see shit.
Yes, Jane. I do.
You staying here or did you go out? I have a 90-year-old mother. Oh, that's good.
Good.
Where do you live?
Crystal City.
Oh, 10 minutes.
That's it. We're Uber over.
Excellent. Okay.
Thank you.
Sounds good.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we begin this, we want to start out with a little video that we received. And this video is entitled, "This Uniform is for You." And a young man by the name of Easton made this video about his father. And it's this video that honors his dad and all those who serve or have served in our country and the families who serve alongside them. It's his hope to bring more awareness to the struggles that military families face from a youth perspective. Easton's dad is currently serving in the field artillery with the Utah National Guard. So we ask you to enjoy this video, this point of light in the National Guard, one of the 54, as you enjoy this video. Thank you.
Dad gave me my uniform when I was only 4. Before he headed off to go As tears fall down my mother's cheeks, Dad whispered in my ear, do all the things that I would do if I were here. And he said, you're the man of the house now, son, and I'm leaving it up to you. Take care of your mama boy and your little sister too. I'll miss playing ball with you and watching you ride a bike. It's why I wear my uniform. This uniform's for you. Dad told me leaving us was the hardest thing he's done. There's a war to fight, a battle to be won. He didn't get it taught that much, but he wrote me every day. He told me that he loved me and how to find my way. He wrote, you're the man of the house now, son, I'm leaving it up to you. Take care of your mama boy and your little sister too. I'm sorry I missed your game and the day that you turned 5. It's why I wear this uniform. This uniform's for you. We struggled through this time without you being around. Didn't understand, but now we know what it's about. I just want you to know that I'm the man of the house now, Dad. So do what you have to do. I'm taking care of Mama here, my little sister too. It's okay you miss my games, my birthday and Christmas Day. I know you wear your uniform. This uniform's for you. Dad, I wear my uniform for you. This uniform's for you.
How about a round of applause for that work? And now I know you're mingling and I know you're talking, but I would ask you to please take your seats so we can get our program underway and that dinner may be served on time. So please find your seats, grab your glass, and get ready for a real treat this evening. My name is Ed Brandt, and last year I had the privilege of serving as Master of Ceremonies for the 380th birthday gala for the National Guard. No applause needed. That's fine. That's fine. But this year, the planning team wanted someone to MC the event who had a personality trait comprised of the following: a total disregard of putting up with trivial nonsense, a drive-on mentality, the ability to transform any birthday party into a readiness gala, a deep love for soldiers, airmen, and their families. And so before introducing our MC, the planning team has been advised by the senior JAG officer, Brigadier General Christian Refrano, that a disclaimer needs to be read before introducing our MC. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming to the podium General Refrano.
Thanks, Chaplain. Appreciate that very much. Okay, so my name is Chris Refrano. I'm the Chief Counsel for the National Guard Bureau. And I will tell you right up front that I learned a long time ago that there's one thing that you never want to do, and that's follow Chaplain Brandt in any sort of speaking event. And here I am following Chaplain Brandt. It just always seems to work out that way. As I was listening to what he just said, I was mulling it over in my mind, and I was saying, I wonder who they're talking about. You know, they want somebody, as he said, they want somebody who is going to be able to transform a birthday party into a readiness gala. As I was thinking about it, I said, do I want to say yes to this or not? And so, of course, I just said yes to it right away because he asked and because he's the chaplain and because he has a direct line to God and I don't. So I figured I'm just going to say yes. And I mulled it over in my mind. I mulled it over and I said, I wonder who it's going to be. I wonder who the MC is going to be. I probably should have asked that question before I said yes. And I was thinking, well, it could be Blum, General Blum. It could be General McKinley. It could be General Grass. It could be General Lingell. Maybe it'll be the chairman. I don't know. It'll be somebody important like one of those people. And, you know, the more I thought about it, I started then reflecting back on what the chaplain just said. Total disregard for trivial nonsense. The ability to transform any birthday party into a readiness gala. Deep love of soldiers and airmen. And it was at that point the blood drained from my face. And I started thinking about it. The world started spinning. I knew who he was talking about. And I said to him, is it Command Sergeant Major Kepner? And he said, yes. And I said, Chaplain, there's something I have to tell you about CSM Kepner. And he said, well, okay, well, bring it on. I said, well, it was a while ago I invited CSM Kepner to my office. And I had heard a rumor that he was giving out coins. You know the coins, we all have challenge coins, that he was giving out coins to unauthorized personnel. Now, in my world, that's a big deal, as you know. And so I asked him, I said, CSM, are you giving out coins to unauthorized personnel? And his very, very loyal and dedicated deputy jumped up in front of him and said, you don't have to answer that question. And I said, and Kepner said, well, I want to answer that question. And he said, you want answers? And I said, I think I'm entitled to answers. And he said it again. He said, you want answers? I said, I want the truth. And he said, you can't handle the truth. And then he said, listen up, son. We live in a world that has walls, and those walls have to be guarded by men with guns. Who's going to do it? You? Colonel Howell? Who's going to do it? I have a greater responsibility than you can possibly fathom. You weep about fiscal law. You weep when it's violated, and you curse those that violate it. You have the luxury of not knowing what I know, that my actions save lives and motivate soldiers and airmen. And my existence, while grotesque and incomprehensible to you, saves lives. You don't want the truth because deep down in places you don't talk about at parties, you want me on that wall. You need me on that wall. We use words like honor, code, loyalty. We use these words as the backbone of a life spent defending something. You use them as a punchline. And then he continued, I have neither the time nor the inclination to explain myself to a man who rises and sleeps under the blanket of the very freedom I provide and then questions the manner in which I provide it. I would rather you just said thank you and went on your way. Otherwise, I suggest you pick up a weapon and stand a post. Either way, I don't give a damn what you think I'm entitled to do with my coins. I was surprised by that. In fact, I just stared at him for a moment. And we both had raised voices at that point. And I said, did you give the coins out or not? He said, you're damn right I gave the coins out. So I said to the chaplain, this is the person that the committee wants to be the MC for tonight. And he said, that's exactly the person that they want to be the MC for tonight. I said, well, okay, I know what I need to do then. So with that said, and with that background, I have the obligation to inform everybody in this room that everything that CSM Kepner says, that no words, phrases, comments, verbal, nonverbal, physical demeanor, whether he's standing over you, shall be construed, interpreted, recorded, understood, received, or processed in any way as representing the Chief of the National Guard Bureau, General Lingell, the Director of the Army National Guard, General Cademy, or the Director of the Air Guard, General Rice, or for that matter, the Gala Planning Committee. In addition, I advise that if there's any young children, I know there's a couple younger people, younger adults here, that you may want to take them out of the room at this point for the duration of the program. And if anyone has high blood pressure, pacemakers, things of that nature. We do have first responders available, and this would be the time to exit. That would be the appropriate thing to do. Lastly, if you have a low tolerance for off-the-cuff remarks, unpredictable commentary, and general Pennsylvania insight, there are a couple of chaplains here, and they'll be happy to soothe you and comfort you in your moment of great, great stress. So with that said, it is truly my pleasure to introduce an absolutely fantastic soldier, CSM Kepner, who will be the MC for this evening.
Well, good evening, everybody. So, what General Fano didn't tell you was that after that meeting, I looked him right in the eye and I said the three words that every lawyer loves to hear: so sue me. So this evening, the theme is political correctness be damned. And we'll see where this ends up. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow service members, honored guests, veterans, Vietnam veterans, Gold Star families, general officers, our retirees, families, friends, and sponsors, welcome to the 381st National Guard Birthday Gala. My name is Command Sergeant Major Kepner, and I am every bit as risky as what they said having me being the MC tonight. Now, there are places where I have to follow the script, so stay with me. But when I go Kepner, you'll know it. It's an honor to be here, and I'm so glad that you all made time to attend. I can't imagine anybody wanting to be in the woods of Pennsylvania on a beautiful day in the fall, on the first Saturday of buck season, 20 feet up in a tree stand, waiting to kill a buck, instead of being here in Washington, D.C., with traffic, macadam, concrete, and the smell of bus exhaust at 05 in the morning. But what makes it all worthwhile is being able to share the time with all of you, brothers and sisters in arms and your families, all of you who make this nation great and understand what it's like to serve as citizen soldiers. So thank you all very much for easing the pain. So we are here to have a good time tonight. And in light of different things that have been happening and that we've seen in the news, I feel a little obligated to make sure that I mention that we are neither senators, nor representatives, nor Hollywood moguls, and that we treat each other with dignity and respect. We know how to do that. We do it every day. And they want to have oversight of us. And I love the solution: mandatory training. The only thing that'll make it better is if they do it online. All right. Whew. We'll see what happens Monday. It is my distinct pleasure to introduce our distinguished party who comprise the leadership of the National Guard. Now listen, usually when we introduce people, the MC will say, hold your applause till everyone's introduced. So when we introduce people, they stand up, and they don't know if we appreciate their leadership or not. It's like, oh, maybe somebody claps, maybe they don't. So what I'd like you all to do is show your appreciation as I announce all of our distinguished guests today. First, and certainly not least, Chief of the National Guard Bureau, member of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Joseph Lingell, and his spouse, Sally. Vice Chief, National Guard Bureau, Lieutenant General Daniel Hokanson, and his spouse, Kelly. Dr. Rory Cooper, civilian aide to the Secretary of the Army, and his spouse, Rosie. Director, Army National Guard, Lieutenant General Timothy Cadavy, and his spouse, Lori. And as my former boss, I was sure to get his name pronounced correctly. Director, Air National Guard, Lieutenant General Scott Rice, and his spouse, Nancy. Mr. Raymond Reese, Deputy Assistant Secretary of the Army for Training, Readiness, and Mobilization. See here? Sir, if you can get some more words in your title, that would be great. Deputy Director, Army National Guard, Major General Timothy McKeithen, and his spouse, Simone. Director of the Joint Staff, Major General Patrick Murphy. Mr. James Brooks, Senior Executive Service, and his spouse, Kitty. Mr. Michael Merriman, Chief Financial Officer, Army National Guard, and his spouse, Tony. The Acting Command Sergeant Major for the Army National Guard, Sergeant Major Robert Morgan, and his spouse, Lisa. And finally, I'd like to introduce one more person, the always beautiful, even when she's telling me how horrible a driver I am for 2.5 hours on the way down here. The only person I know who's confident enough to walk into the Italian store and look the deli clerk right in the eye and say, "What the hell do you mean you don't have American cheese?" And the winner of the Excellence in Small Business Award in Fulton County, Pennsylvania, my wife, Mary Kepner. Please give a round of applause for all of our distinguished guests. I would also like to introduce Miss Kate Anderson Brower, author of the New York Times bestseller, First Women, The Grace and Power of America's First Ladies. Thank you for making time to be with us. Okay, we've got a lot planned tonight. And so a couple of notes as we get going with the formal part of the program. During the presentation of the colors and the playing of the national anthem, uniformed guests will stand at attention, and it is appropriate for civilian guests to place their right hand over their heart. The colors will be presented by the joint services, and the national anthem will be sung by Chief Warrant Officer 5, Debbie Sharp. Following the retiring of colors, Chaplain Brandt will offer the invocation. Present the colors.
you say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, please give Chief Warrant Officer 5, Debbie Sharp, one more round of applause. That's fantastic.
Isn't this guy a great MC? Isn't he great? He's amazing. And how do you follow something like that? It's incredible. So let us pray. Gracious and almighty God, accept our thanks for the brave men and women who lit the fires of defense in 1636, when early settlers gave birth to the National Guard, dropping their plows and answering a call. We give thanks for the hometown heritage that handed down a mantle of freedom, along with the shield of liberty and the treasure of a Constitution to protect and defend. Over the years, men and women from all walks of life have raised their hand and cried out, "Coach, put me in." Men and women from all walks of life have served overseas, missing birthdays and anniversaries and special moments that can never be recaptured. And tonight we celebrate a gathering of men and women who are citizen soldiers and citizen airmen, ready to answer the nation's call, always willing to drop the plow and go to new lands. Be with us, dear Lord, as we celebrate, socialize, kindle new friendships, and refresh old ones as we commemorate our 381st birthday. May we always remember those who have gone before us as we continue to build a foundation for future generations. And if possible, gracious God, may we have a second Christmas miracle for Army to beat Navy. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. So our theme this year is 54 points of light. And if you are from a state, territory, or the Districts of Columbia, and altogether, the 54, we make up the National Guard. However, I think it's more than that. When we talk about 54 points of light, when we talk about readiness and lethality and the need to meet the enemy head on, I think it's more like 54 muzzle flashes from an M4. 54 155 rounds launched into the enemy. 54 Hellfire missiles fired by an airman using an unmanned aviation vehicle. 54 airmen working around the clock to keep our pilots flying. All of it massed at the decisive point that makes the enemy say, I quit. I can't do any more. And ladies and gentlemen, that is our National Guard. Oh. And of course, the pilots will have 54 hours of crew rest. It's a joke. It's a joke. I'm joint now. I love the Air Force. Tonight is made possible by a number of sponsors, and many are listed in the program. There are several we want to personally recognize, and we encourage you, if going by a table, to say thank you for their support. We're grateful to the St. Barbara's Cannoneers Association for being the lead in hosting this event. Thanks to Brigadier General Retired Tim Wotecki and Major Jeremy Serafin, who have been extremely instrumental in making tonight possible. We would be remiss if we didn't thank Ms. Shirley Artis, Chaplain Ed Brandt, Major Gallo Bravo, Master Sergeant Sylvia Bastian, and the Army and the Air Protocol teams, as well as all the volunteers who made this event possible. Please stand up for a round of applause. Okay, stay with me. We're going to get to dinner. In addition to the Cannoneers Association, several other groups have offered tremendous assistance, providing sponsorships to our junior enlisted soldiers, to include the Army-Navy Club and AUSA, specifically Stan Crow in the Fairfax Lee chapter and George Washington chapter. Thank you, Stan. Okay, now this time, I'm going to read some other sponsors who have been instrumental in putting this together. Just hold your applause till the end. BAE, Boeing, Elbit Systems, Hilton Garden Inn, Lockheed Martin, NAUGUS, National Guard Bureau Alumni Association, Pentagon USA Publishing, Project Hero, PSAV Media, and USAA. Thank you. Special thanks to the Washington Hilton for working with us and bending over backwards to accommodate us and Ms. Artis's many changes up to the last minute. And Ms. Giraldo for designing the centerpieces and decorating the room for our 54 Points of Light theme. Thank you all very much. Okay. Now it says here I got to give a plug for hashtag Guard38. So if you post your photos, use hashtag Guard381. And I don't know what that means. I have a Twitter account, but in full disclosure, someone does that shit for me. So I'm, and thank God. But if you use Twitter, use hashtag Guard381 and it will do something. Also, look for the photo booth. We got to thank our photographer, Michael Coleman, who's upstairs on the International Terrace. All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, we'll start the formal portion of the evening with our toasts. We do live in the best country in the world. And now we're going to show our respect to the offices and entities that support the work of our country to preserve freedom. The toast will be proposed by select individuals, and guests will respond with the words printed in bold on page 3 of the program. Please remain standing after the final toast as we will pay tribute to our fallen. General Engel.
Ladies and gentlemen, I propose a toast to the flag of the United States of America. To the United States of America.
Oh man, we're burning out fast.
To the United States Army!
To the Army!
Ladies and gentlemen, I propose a toast to the United States Air Force.
To the Air Force.
To the National Guard of the United States.
To the Guard.
I propose a toast to the Vietnam veterans and all veterans.
To the veterans. Ladies and gentlemen, please secure your water glasses. The final toast we will have tonight is to our fallen, and it's a silent toast. As you entered the room, you may have noticed a special table. It is reserved to honor our missing men and women. Set for 6, the empty chairs represent Americans who were or are missing from each of the services: Army, Marine Corps, Navy, Air Force, Coast Guard, our National Guard, and civilians, all with us in spirit. The table is round to show our everlasting concern. The cloth is white, symbolizing the purity of their motives when answering the call to serve. The single red rose reminds us of the lives these Americans and their loved ones and friends who keep this faith while seeking answers. The yellow ribbon symbolizes our continued uncertainty, hope for their return, and determination to account for them. A slice of lemon reminds us of their bitter fate, captured and missing in a foreign land. A pinch of salt symbolizes the tears of our missing and their families, who long for answers after decades of uncertainty. The lighted candle reflects our hope for their return, alive or dead. The Bible represents the strength gained through faith to sustain us and those lost from our country, founded as one nation under God. The glass is inverted to symbolize their inability to share a toast. The chairs are empty. They are missing. Let us now raise our water glasses and toast to honor our fallen and missing. To our fallen and missing. Please be seated. Along with our falling and missing, there are also families who paid the ultimate sacrifice, and they're respectfully known as our Gold Star families. Their loss is next to impossible to comprehend, and please let us express our thanks to them. Tonight we have some St. Barbara's awards to be issued from the Field Artillery Association. St. Barbara's Field Artillery Association Minuteman Cannoneers will present the 2 awards. One is the Honorable St. Barbara Award, and the second is the Molly Pitcher Award. The Honorable Order of St. Barbara recognizes those individuals who have demonstrated the highest standards of integrity and moral character, displayed an outstanding degree of professional competence, served the United States Army or Marine Corps Field Artillery with selflessness, and contributed to the promotion of the field artillery in ways that stand out in the eyes of the recipient's seniors, subordinates, and peers alike. Tonight, we honor 3 new Redlegs with induction into the Honorable Order of St. Barbara. Will Brigadier General Retired Tim Wotecki and Major Jeremy Serafin please come forward to present the awards? Will the following Redlegs please come forward? Brigadier General Kenneth Brandt, Lieutenant Colonel Christopher Denote, Captain Jamie Denote, This year's Field Artillery Awards are sponsored by BAE. Thank you very much. The award citation reads, "To all artillerists, wherever ye may be, greetings. Know ye that there appeared before a most arduous and selective committee composed of highly esteemed and proven artillerists 3 likely candidates for the Honorable Order of St. Barbara. Be it further understood that we hereby confer upon them the shield of red leg emblazoned above and enjoin all artillerists henceforth to show them due honor and respect when they may enter in our midst." Please give a round of applause for our St. Barbara's awardees. Congratulations. The Artillery Order of Molly Pitcher recognizes individuals who have voluntarily contributed in a significant way to the improvement of the field artillery community. Tonight, we honor one individual with induction into the Artillery Order of Molly Pitcher, a native Pennsylvanian, by the way. Yeah. Mrs. Laura Wotecki and Mrs. Crystal Seraphin, will you please come forward? Will Mrs. Shirley Artis please come forward? The citation reads, "To all artillerists, wherever ye may be, greetings. Know ye that there appeared before a most arduous and selective committee composed of highly esteemed and proved artillerists, one likely candidate for the Order of Molly Pitcher. Be it further understood that we here confer upon her the shield of Molly Pitcher and enjoin all artillerists henceforth to show due honor and respect wherever they entertain their midst." Congratulations, Ms. Artis. During the course of planning this birthday gala, the planning team and other members of the Guard met some incredible people throughout their travels and when visiting the 54. One group that made an incredible impression is based in Los Angeles, California, the Project Hero. They fit bikes for wounded warriors. Ladies and gentlemen, John Warden, Executive Director for Project Hero, and Major General Carr, the Adjutant General of Indiana. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Yeah, very good. I think you've got a video queued up.
Thanks, Sergeant Major. I'd like to say thank you to everyone for being here tonight, and especially thank you to those that serve. Project Hero is a program that provides hope, recovery, and resilience and readiness for those that serve our country. I'd like to recognize a couple people here tonight. First, I'd like to recognize Dr. Harold Cudler and his wife, Suzanne. Dr. Cudler is the head of VA Mental Health and Suicide Prevention and we have an official partnership with the VA, and they've been very instrumental in helping connect VA with National Guard and those that are not in the VA system to encourage them to get whatever help they need, whether it's mental or physical. So let's give a big hand for Dr. Cudler. Project Hero is embarking on a new venture with the National Guard, and I'm pleased tonight that we have General Carr with us from the Indiana National Guard. And we're going to create hub programs for National Guard units across the country, and I'd like to recognize General Langville, General Cadavy, General Rice for their help and leadership in helping make this happen. Also, General Brown, we'd like to recognize you as well for your help. We have 2 soldiers we're going to recognize tonight that have come from the Indiana National Guard, that have come through their mental health and suicide prevention group. We recently had a women's initiative in Florida for women who serve our country who suffer from mental or physical trauma. And I'd like to bring up Scott Schroeder and General Carr.
Thanks, John. And first thing I want to say is happy birthday, National Guard. And until my last 3 years in the Army, I worked with the National Guard a lot, but I did not appreciate the National Guard as much as I should have. And I've gained a great appreciation for the National Guard. And in our program, we have a community-based hub program. And in every community, that's what I told John when I came on, we have the National Guard is in every community, and we want to be partnered with you. So we're gonna partner with Major General Carr. Everybody knows Major General Carr, and we're gonna stand up a hub program at Atterbury in Indiana, and we're gonna run a training camp coming up pretty soon for individuals that are gonna run programs with the National Guard. So General Carr, thanks for coming up. Thank you.
Well, thanks. It's an honor to be here tonight. So my role is readiness of our units and the readiness and care of our soldiers and airmen and their families. And to that end, we developed or stood up the Indiana Resilience Campus, where we brought all the various pillars of resilience together under one geographic area, surrounded around the Army Wellness Center at Camp Atterbury. And we've added the bike hub in this geographic area at Atterbury, and the program is a perfect fit for resilience and readiness for our soldiers and families. And the incredible support they provide for our service members and veterans with visible and invisible wounds. And I had the honor to ride a ride down at Crane Naval Surface Warfare. It's about a 60-mile ride. And some of the warriors I rode with, either in arm bikes, 60 miles, or with prosthetic legs and prosthetic arm, 60 miles. I was tired at the end of it. They were doing just fine. So Lane and I are very honored to be here tonight to join a couple of my very courageous soldiers. And I want to thank Project Hero for their program and what they do to make a difference in the resilience and support for our soldiers. And I will tell you, I've seen the difference, and we're looking forward to the bike hub at Atterbury and to continue to provide this support through our resilience campus and our soldiers. So, Scott, how are we doing this? All right. So, Lieutenant Colonel retired, Anita Thurston, who I had the honor to deploy with, and Staff Sergeant Rick Schramm.
Go ahead and make my comments.
Would you like to?
I do. All right. I put that right in front of me. I did want to make some comments. Thank you so much to Project Hero. I went to the Women's Initiative. I think it was 6 through 10 November, and I was in culture shock then, and there were only 40 people, and tonight I'm in a different kind of culture shock. But what I want to share with you is that I didn't think I could make 15 minutes on a bike, let alone 8 miles the first day and 10 miles the second day. And it was the sheer force of the women that helped me along. And they have just literally, I would say, changed my life. And I suffer from passive to active suicide ideation almost on a daily basis. So I heard this story when I was coming back on I'm not going to tell the whole story, but I was coming back on a van, and all I could think of was, thank God I didn't kill myself, because I see a second chance with Women's Initiative and Project Hero. So thank you. Thank you. And thank you very much.
Get in the center here. Come on in here. Get up there.
On behalf of Project Hero and the Indiana National Guard, we'd like to present a bike to Rick and to Anita, and we really appreciate the support of the National Guard, and this program makes a difference, and it definitely changes people's lives. And thank you to those that are involved and will continue to be involved in this program. Thank you.
Take your bike.
Thank you, Major General Carr, Mr. Warden, Command Sergeant Major retired Scott Schroeder, and thank you all for the Warriors' service as well. So please give them a round of applause. Okay, 2 more things, and we get to eat. So we tried to capture the 54 points of light in a brief video. I do not believe that it will be a video of the description of my version of the 54 points of light, but it will still be a great National Guard video, thanks to our National Guard Public Affairs Office. So here's the National Guard in review.
There they go. They're pulling him up. He's giving him the signal to hoist him up.
There it is. The plane went right through the other tower of the World Trade Center.
I'm here because of patriotism, because I love my country. Troops with the Massachusetts National Guard were among the first on the scene after 2 powerful bombs exploded yesterday near the finish line of the Boston Marathon. It's extraordinary firepower.
It was a sense of accomplishment and achievement. It's something I work hard and diligent for.
It brought me into something that became a family and not just a job.
This is a new training for me. I've never been overseas anywhere, so this is my first time outside of the U.S., learning other courtesies, customs, and learning how people do things.
Training over here in Poland, they are building readiness.
It's something I'm going to be very proud of going home. This is a memory I'm going to share with my kids and my grandkids.
Answered every call, met every challenge, accomplished every single mission it was given.
I'm sitting here believing now in the 21st century, after 3 years in the job as Chief of the National Guard Bureau, that it is now in the best interests of the American people for the Chief of the National Guard to be made a full member of the Joint Chiefs of Staff.
The National Guard must be maintained as an operational force.
The response time is quick, working with them is quick, the professionalism is unreal, and they stay till the job's done.
The National Guard is there, and we're trained, and we're ready.
Show everybody that we need to come join and that we're not just little weekend warriors, we're a lot more than that.
It's what we do in the National Guard.
And there they both go to safety. That's pretty impressive if you ask me.
So I just learned something. And if you're going to be the MC, review all video clips before you talk. That's exactly what I described as the National Guard, and I think our PAO did an awesome job at capturing what the Guard is all about, so thank you all. Okay, so now we cut the birthday cake. This year we did something a bit different. You will find on your table birthday cupcakes. That's what it says. And to cut the official birthday cake, will the following people please join me? General Engel, Lieutenant General Cadavy and Lieutenant General Rice, Command Chief Master Sergeant Anderson, and Acting Command Sergeant Major Morgan. Please come forward. We're going to cut the cake.
No, at the count of three. Ready? Ready? And then we'll sing Happy Birthday by Jacob Flores. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear National Guard. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, National Guard.
And Jacob Flores is our music for dinner, but he's going to dedicate his first song to the veterans, the service members of the National Guard. So Jacob, thank you, and then we'll have dinner.
Just gotta say what an honor it is to be here in our great nation's capital and to sing this very special song, which I know you all know. So it's my privilege coming all the way from Arkansas to be here to sing the beautiful America the Beautiful. For spacious sky, for amber waves of grace, for purple mountain majesty, above the fruited plain, yeah. America, America, God shed His grace on thee, yeah, oh, and crown that good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Whoa, again, everybody. I said, America, oh, America, God shed His grace on thee, oh, and crown that good with brotherhood. From sea to shining sea, from sea to shining sea, from sea to shining sea. I'm guessing I get to announce that we're going to start dinner, which I know you're all excited. I can't think of a better song to start it off with. Hope you guys enjoyed the music tonight. is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Whoa, stand by me. Won't you stand? Oh, stand by me. If the sky that we look upon should crumble and fall, or the mountains should crumble to the sea, I won't cry, no, I won't cry, no, I won't shed a tear, just as long as you stand by me. Whenever you're in trouble, won't you stand by me? Whoa, stand by me. Won't you stand, oh, stand junto a mí? Sí, señor. Sí, señor, español, por favor. Miedo no tendré, no, I won't me asustaré. Just as long as you stand by me. So darling, won't you stay? Stand by me. Sí, sí. Stand by me. Sí, señor, gracias. Thank you very much. Now, it's a great honor to play this next song. I'm actually a third-generation mariachi. Usually, I'm wearing a mariachi suit, got my shiny pants on. But I went a little casual tonight. But this, my grandpa played, my dad to this day plays back in Texas, where I'm originally from, and today I get to play this very traditional, special song, and I'm actually going to have my dad, his trumpet come in, which, wait for that moment. But this is not 1 ton tomato, but 1 taramera. Hope you guys enjoy. Sí, señor, échale. Échale con trompeta, por favor. Échale, sí, Guantánamo. Ritmo, compadre, por favor. Yo soy un hombre sincero, de donde crecen las palmas. Yo soy un hombre sincero, de donde crecen las palmas. Y antes de morir me quiero echar mis besos del alma. Todo Guantánamo. de un verde claro y de un carmen encendido. Mi verso es de un verde claro y de un carmen encendido. Mi verso es un cielo herido que busca un embaro. Oh, Guantanamera, Guajira, Guantanamera, oye cómo va. Guantanamera, sí señor. Guantanamera, Guajira, Guantanamera, Guajira, Guantanamera. Otra vez. Ay, como no, sí señor. Con guitarra, por favor. Otra vez. Mi verso es de un verde claro y de un carmen encendido, con los pobres de la tierra. Quiero vivir, sí señor, el arroyo de la sierra me complace más que el mar. Oh, Guantanamera, Guajira, Guantanamera, oye cómo va. Guantanamera, sí señor. Guantanamera, Guajira, Guantanamera, Guajira, Guantanamera, sí señor. Sí, senor. Once again, happy birthday, National Guard. Now, although I grew up sitting in the Mexican restaurants and watching my dad play, and now I have a little son and he comes to the restaurants and sees his dad play, mariachi is a big part of who I am and my big influence on my music. But having said that, I love all music. And so this next song is a good example of that. I try to be as eclectic as possible. This next one is called the Oogum Boogum Song. Once again, the Oogum Boogum Song. 1, 2, 3, 4. said, go now with your best self. I said, go now with your best self. Go now with your best self. Oh, I said, look now, baby, you can't stay on me. Oh, I said, now, baby, you're getting your spell on me. You got me doing funny things like a clown, just to look at me. Baby, when you high her boots with your hip hugger suit, it's alright, girl, you're out of sight. Baby, when you kill me in a skirt with your brother's sloppy shirt, howling lady, girl, yeah, I can dig it. I said, but now, baby, you're getting your spell on me. I said, go now with your bad self. Go now. I said, go now with your bad self. I said, go now with your bad self. Go now with your bad self. What? I said, but now, baby, you're getting your spell on me. I said, but now, baby, you're getting your spell on me. That's it. It's alright, girl, you're out of sight. Go now with your bad self. Go now. I said, go now. I said, go now with your bad self. Go now with your bad self. Sí, señor. Go now. Thank you guys very much. At this time, I'd love to share with you guys one off of my own original pieces. This was the #1 single off my own CD. This is called Explode. I'm about to hit the ceiling. The only prescription is sexual healing. Baby, take my hand and we will go away from here to a place where love is gone. And you will know as soon as you take lips. Relax and feel my fingertips. Gentle as a brushstroke. Tonight you're my masterpiece. I'm your Van Gogh. No, so beautiful I could paint you with my eyes closed. No, oh, you got my heart about to explode. Oh, yeah, you got my heart about to explode. About to. Look around, can't you see incredible energy floating around you and me, as if we were meant to be. No, oh, let me put your mind at ease. Oh, yeah, and set your body free. And we will go away from here to a place where love is gone. And you will know as soon as you taste my lips. Relax and feel my fingertips. Gentle as a brushstroke. Tonight you're my masterpiece. I'm your Van Gogh. No, so beautiful I could paint you with my eyes closed. No, oh, you got my heart about to explode. Oh, yeah, you got my heart about to explode. About to. Song to let you know there's no one that can love you more than me. Can't you see? You got my heart about to explode. About to explode. Got my heart about to explode. Yeah. Oh, you got my heart about to explode. Si, senor. Gracias. Thank you very much. Hope you guys enjoying the music so far. This next song, this is the first mostly in Spanish song to hit #1 since the Macarena. Can you guess? Listen. moderation. So thankful that you're such a blessing, yeah. Turn every situation into heaven, yeah. Oh, you are my sunrise on the darkest day. Got me feeling some kind of way. Maybe wanna savor every moment so they. You fit me, tailor-made, know where to put it on. Got the only key, know where to turn it on. The way you nibble on my ear, the only words I wanna hear. Baby, take it slow so we can last on. So we can last on. So we can last on. Tú eres el imán y yo soy el metal. Me voy acercando, voy armando el plan. Solo confesarlo se acelera el pulso. Oh yeah, ya me está gustando más de lo normal. Todos mis sentidos van pidiendo más. Esto hay que tomarlo sin ningún apuro. Despacito, quiero respirar tu cuello despacito. Deja que te diga cosas al oído, para que te acuerdes si no estás conmigo. Despacito, quiero desnudarte, beso despacito. Firmo las paredes de tu laberinto y hacer de tu cuerpo todo un manuscrito. Oh, quiero ver bailar tu pelo, quiero ser tu ritmo. ¿A quién le haces a mi boca? Tus lugares favoritos. Déjame sobrepasar tus zonas de peligro. Haz tu provocar tus gritos. You can be esto beguillo. Si te pido un beso, me dámelo. Yo sé que estás pensándolo. Llevo tiempo intentándolo. Mami, estoy dando y dándolo. Sabe que tu corazón conmigo te hace bombo. Sabe que esa beba está buscando de mí. Prueba de mi boca para ver cómo te sabe. Quiero ver cuánto amor a ti te cabe. Yo no tengo prisa, yo me quiero tal viaje. Empezamos lento, después salvar. Pasito, pasito, suave, suavecito. Nos vamos pegando poquito, poquito. Cuando tú me besas con esa destreza, veo que eres malicia con delicadeza. Pasito, pasito, suave, suavecito. Nos vamos pegando poquito, poquito. Es que esa belleza es un rompecabezas, pero para montarlo aquí tengo una pieza. Oye, despacito, quiero respirar tu cuello despacito. Deja que te diga cosas al oído, para que te acuerdes si no estás conmigo. Despacito, quiero desnudarte, beso despacito. Firmo las paredes de tu laberinto y hacer de tu cuerpo todo un manuscrito. Despacito, sí señor. Despacito. Despacito. Sí, señor, gracias. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. I saw a couple of you moving, just a little bit. Now, if it's okay, we're gonna slow it down just a little bit. We're gonna drop some soul in it. That's my favorite type of music, Spanish or English, just soul music. That music that makes you go. This is a James Brown classic. I hope you guys enjoy it. This is a man's world. I said, this is a man's world. This is a man's world. This is a man's world. But it means nothing, nothing without. You see, man made the car to carry us over the road. Man made the train, oh, to carry the heavy load. Man made the electric light to take us out of the dark. Man made the boat for the water, like Noah made the ark. This is a man's world. I said, this is a man's world. But it will mean nothing, nothing, no, no, no. You see, man thinks about his little bitty baby girl and his baby boy. Man makes him happy, cause man makes some toys. And after man makes everything, everything he can. No, 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 no. You know that man makes money to buy from other men. This is a man's world. This is a man's world. Oh no, it will be nothing, 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 no, 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 no. Without a woman or a girl. This is a man's world. No, 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 no. I said, this is a man's world. But it will be nothing, nothing, nothing without a woman or a girl. No, no. I said, this is a man's world. This is a man's world. I said, this is a man's world. Si, senor. But it would mean nothing, nothing without a woman or a girl. Now it is the month of December, and like I said, I usually wear my shiny pants. And what mariachi does not play this next song? Not this one. I'm gonna play it for you guys to get you hopefully in the Christmas spirit just a little bit. If you know this one, sing along. Sí, señor, hecho.
Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, próspero año de felicidad. Oh, I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, próspero año de felicidad. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. Whoa. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart.
Sí, señor. Merry Christmas, everybody. And happy holidays. This next song, I'm a big fan of this artist. He's not a country singer, he's a soul singer, in my book. This is called Tennessee Whiskey. Let's have some drums.
used to spend my nights out in the bar room. Lego was the only love I've known. But then you rescued me from reaching for the bottom and brought me back from being too far gone. You're always smooth as Tennessee whiskey. You're as sweet as strawberry wine, yeah. You're as warm as a glass of brandy, and I stay stoned on your love all the time, yeah. I said I've looked for love in all the same old places. Found a bottle, but the bottle's always dry. When you poured out your heart, I didn't waste it, no, 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 no. Because there's nothing like your love to keep me alive. Oh, you're as smooth as Tennessee whiskey. You're as sweet as strawberry wine, yeah. You're as warm as a glass of brandy, and there's nothing like your love to keep me alive. As Tennessee whiskey, a Tennessee whiskey, yeah, a Tennessee whiskey. Oh, you're as smooth as Tennessee whiskey, yeah. And there's nothing like your love to keep me high, yeah. Tennessee whiskey, yeah, a Tennessee whiskey. Oh, you're as smooth as Tennessee whiskey, yeah. And there's nothing like your love to keep me alive. Sí, señor. Gracias. Thank you very much.
4 minutes.
Great, great. I think we have time for one more song. We'll end it with a bang. Once again, I hope you guys enjoyed the music. This next song is called A Ti A Ti. Hopefully it gets you moving just a little bit.
Empecé porque arranca de la rola de Barcelona. Encontré una chiquita, mira, 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 y me las llevo de mi casa. Yo empecé porque arranca de la rola de Barcelona. Encontré una chiquita, mira, 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 y me la llevo de mi casa. ¡A todos! Yo te quiero a ti, ven, ven, ven. Yo te quiero a ti, ven, ven, ven. Yo te quiero a ti, solamente a ti. Sabes bien que yo te quiero, mujer, tú eres para mí. Otra vez. Yo te quiero a ti, ven, ven, ven. Yo te quiero a ti, ven, ven, ven. Yo te quiero a ti, solamente a ti. Sabes bien que yo te quiero, mujer, tú eres para mí. Otra vez. Empecé porque arranca de la rola de Barcelona. Encontré una chiquita, mira, 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 y me la llevo de mi casa. Yo empecé porque arranca de la rola de Barcelona. Encontré una chiquita, mira, 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 y me la llevo de mi casa. ¡Oh! Yo te quiero a ti, ven, ven, ven. Yo te quiero a ti, ven, ven, ven. Yo te quiero a ti, solamente a ti. Sabes bien que yo te quiero, mujer, tú eres para mí. Yo te quiero a ti,
te quiero a ti, ven, ven, ven. Yo te quiero a ti, ven, ven, ven. Yo te quiero a ti, solamente a ti. Sabes bien que yo te quiero, mujer, tú eres para mí. Sí, señor, gracias. Well, hope you guys enjoyed the music tonight. Again, my name is Jacob Flores, all the way from Arkansas. It's such a pleasure to be here. And happy birthday. Once again, make some noise. Happy birthday, National Guard. Thank you, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've enjoyed your dinner. Please continue to enjoy your dessert. And please return to your seats as we continue with the rest of the program. How much? Oh, thank you, man. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah. See, this is where the MC usually loses control. Ladies and gentlemen, can I have your attention? Man, this ain't working. Ladies and gentlemen, can I have your attention, please? So we can continue with the rest of the evening. Man, they just don't get it, do they? Must be civilians. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, as we get started with the rest of the evening, please give a round of applause for Jacob for a great job. We truly hope that you have enjoyed your dinner. Now, I have a note here again, just to remind you, please post pictures of tonight to Facebook and Instagram using hashtag Guard381. I don't know what it means, but I hope you all do. Now, one thing I've learned is that it doesn't matter if you make a mistake, it's how you recover from it. And so I did a faux pas this evening that I have to make up for, and I forgot to introduce my battle buddy on the air side, Command Chief Master Sergeant Ron Anderson and his wife Amy Borman. Would they please stand up for a round of applause? There he is. Hurry up, Chief. Thank you very much. I apologize for overlooking them. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor for me to be able to introduce our keynote speaker this evening. We talked, the Chief of the National Guard Bureau, my boss, General Lingell. And, you know, as we go around and we talk all the time. We talk, hey, what's different about the Guard 3 years from now than it is now? And we talk about that and we try to envision it. And what I tell General Lingell is, look, at the end of 3 years, if you can fix one thing, I think that we will be a success. And if you can ever figure out why every haircut at the Pentagon looks like Kim Jong-un, and you can fix that, our tenure will be a success. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce the Chief of the National Guard Bureau, General Joseph Lingell.
Thanks, everybody. Please have a seat. Have a seat. Thank you. CSM Kepner, thank you. I'm honored to travel around the world with the great Sergeant Major there, and he is a Pied Piper, and people follow him, and it has been one of my greatest pleasures as the Chief of the National Guard Bureau to go around and talk to soldiers and airmen with him about who we are and what we do, and thanks very much for the introduction. Well, happy birthday, ladies and gentlemen. Happy birthday. 381 years. 381 years young, I guess. None of us look a day over 160, I think, but it is an honor to be here, an honor to talk to you. I found out 2 days ago I was the guest speaker. So this is a couple of notes of things that I think are important, things I want to thank you for, things I want to say that are unique about us and that I have seen in my time as the chief. So if you'll bear with me for a minute, I'll just talk quickly. I do want to add my thanks to the Minuteman Cannoneers and the Field Artillery Association. Thanks for setting this up. It's a lot of work, and you look around here, and a lot of people get to enjoy it, and we get to celebrate a little bit about my favorite subject, the National Guard, and that's good. To the National Guard Birthday Gala Committee, thank you very much, and we couldn't do this without the corporate sponsors. Thank you all very much for not only what you do for us, for our institutions, for our Department of Defense, but in facilitating us to come and celebrate a little bit about ourselves and our heritage and our legacy, and I thank you all for that. Thank you for making this possible. I'm going to get right into it. I'm going to say that, you know, the National Guard, there's 2 million, a little over 2 million people in the country that wear uniforms in the Department of Defense. 2 million people. That includes Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine Corps, and the reserve components. And of those 2 million people, 450,000 of them are members of the National Guard. And thank you. And I am so proud of who we are and what we've become. We are America's hometown heroes. We don't ask for a lot of adoration. We don't ask for a lot of applause. We don't ask for it. We just come. We do what our nation asks for us every day. We do what our community asks for us every day. And we don't expect anything in return. And what we do is we have been here for 381 years doing things for ourselves. I'll clap for that. Come on, everybody. Thank you very much. You know, over the last 17 now years of war, some 850,000 of us have deployed, some multiple times. As I talk to you right now, today, we have 20,000 members of the National Guard who are deployed in Title X, some federal status, in some combatant commands somewhere around the world. I saw recently on a recent trip, I just recently over Thanksgiving got to serve Turkey with Command Sergeant Major Kepner. We went to 6 countries, went to 11 bases. We saw some 2,000 or so soldiers and airmen. And that was of the 9,000 soldier or airmen who are deployed in the CENTCOM AOR. We are lethal. We are ready. We are always there. And I just can tell you that I have never been so proud of my component, if you will, of the Army National Guard and the Air National Guard. And, you know, General Carr was up here earlier tonight and said that, you know, it was his role and what his role was. And my role as the Chief of the National Guard Bureau was to make sure that he has the resources he needs to do his role, to make his forces ready so that we can do warfight homeland partnerships. Warfight homeland partnerships is what I talk about all the time. It's what we are. It's what we do. I talked about the trips, the 9,000 airmen and soldiers who were deployed, the many states, some 20 states in the various combatant commands around the world. We are an operational force. We're an operational force now, and we will never not be an operational force in the future. We're not going to be a strategic reserve. Thank you. That's an important thing to me, and it's an important thing. It's an important thing for our country, because one thing I have learned is that as we're an operational force, as we become lethal for the United States Air Force and lethal for the United States Army, and we are deployable in every combatant command around the world, then our services in our country will invest in us. And they will invest in you, the men and women who serve our nation in the National Guard. And I think we can never go back. And as I look forward to the future, as we now in the Pentagon, in my role as a member of the Joint Chiefs, we discuss the national defense strategy of what's coming in the future. We are going to be an integrated part of our active components. We are going to be an operational force that deploys on a regular, predictable basis everywhere around the world to do our nation's business. And we're doing it today, and we're going to do it tomorrow. On the homeland front, everybody knows I got a great note from Assistant Secretary yesterday thanking the National Guard at the end of the hurricane season. In one of the most prolific, dynamic hurricane seasons in recent memory, the National Guard was there. We did it for Hurricane Harvey. We were there for Hurricane Irma. We were there for Hurricane Nate. We were there for Hurricane Maria. We had not 1,000, not 10,000, but 20,000 members from individual states and surrounding states deployed in assistance. National Guard members, National Guard states, Guardsmen come to help Guardsmen, states come to help states. That is what we do. And it's still ongoing. We did it in Texas. We did it in Louisiana. We did it in Florida. And our brothers and sisters in Puerto Rico and Virgin Islands are doing it right now today. There's still more than 2,000 National Guard soldiers and airmen on duty in bringing comfort to those who need it in Puerto Rico. We talked a lot about the hurricane season this year, and we didn't talk about all the wildfires, but in the Pacific Northwest, and in one of the driest seasons of the year on record is more than 2,000 members of the National Guard were stomping out wildfires and protecting people there as well. And I'm incredibly impressed by that, and it isn't lost on me by the men and women here tonight, many on the NGB staff who worked 24/7 shifts for 10 weeks, nonstop in support of Homeland Operations. And you have my sincere thanks and gratitude for what you did for the 54, what you did for the men and women in every state, territory, and the District of Columbia, what you do every day, and what you do for me as Chief of the National Guard Bureau, as a member of the Joint Chiefs. So I want to thank you very much. In the partnership world, we saw some partnerships here today with the Project Heroes, with the relationships that we have with the communities. We have that unique relationship with our services. We have the relationship with our communities and our colleges and our families, frankly, that know us and deploy with us. And in the Guard, we don't deploy from bases and installation. We deploy from cities and from towns. And it's something special about us that is uniquely National Guard. I had dinner at my house the other night. I had a Minuteman dinner, and I had a former Chief of Staff of the Air Force, and I had a former combatant commander and an Army 4-star general, and all of them told me was that one of the most important things about the National Guard is the footprint. It is the connection, that tissue we have with the American people every day, 365 days a year, that is related directly to America. It keeps America touched with what we do. Not just we're there for the Homeland mission, but when they use us and we're connected to the federal response as well, and it's incredibly important. The other partnerships that I know are important to all of us and we talk about is the state partnership program. We're at 80 state partnership programs. It's a strategic tool for the Department of Defense, and as Secretary Mattis's priorities, you know, for him, it's readiness and lethality, and it's partners and allies, and it's reforms. And so the partners and allies piece is huge, and he understands the value we bring in the partnership realm. And we're at 80+ partnerships now, and we're about to select a partner for Cameroon, and we just put out bids, requests for nominations for partnerships in Brazil, Qatar, and Burkina Faso. And if nothing else, we're all getting a lot better at looking on maps and knowing where countries are, like Burkina Faso. So I think it's incredibly important. So lastly, I think I will say is most importantly about us, and I told this to the troops who are deployed overseas, is that we can't do any of this. We cannot do warfight homeland partnerships without the people, without all of you, and without all of them. And I tried to explain to them the importance of each and every one of them. And I ask all of you and many senior leaders here in the room, we all get this. I think sometimes we don't tell them enough that these people are hard to replace. You know, there is less than 1% of the country that can and desire and are able to serve in our nation. And we don't ask much. We don't demand much in terms of restrictions to serve. We say we have two requirements. We say you swear an oath. We require you to swear an oath to the Constitution of the United States of America, and you swear an oath in the National Guard to the state from wherever you come from. That's requirement number one. If you're willing to do that, that's there. And then if you are physically able to do your job and you meet both of those qualifications, you can serve in the Department of Defense. And we need each and every person who can do that. And those people who leave us, if we aren't properly taking care of them, if we aren't properly taking care of their families, if we aren't properly allowing their employers to support all of us in who we are and what we do in the daily business of warfight homeland partnership, we risk losing the national assets that they are. Because once we get them, first it's hard to find them, and then we train them and they become part of us. They are part of the body National Guard, the body Army Guard, the body Air Guard, and we cannot afford to lose them. And I see my job as chief, and our senior leaders in this room, and my wingmen here, General Hokanson and General Cadavy and General Rice, and the command sergeant majors and chief master sergeants who are involved in this, and the senior leaders. It is our job to craft a system where they can continue to serve. And for 381 years, we have found people who are willing to voluntarily live two lives. And that's not an easy thing. And in today's world and in the world of the future, as we look into the environment of the future, the threat environment, the political environment, it is not going to be easy to take all the demands of who we are and what we do to be this operational force. So I see that as one of the biggest challenges we have, and one of the biggest challenges that will remain for all of us who are leaders in our National Guard. And that is the great thing about who we are. You know, the strength of our force is the part-time force. It is those citizen airmen and citizen soldiers who bring those special skills to their military skill set, and they are valued parts of our nation's defense. And so I just want to tell you that we all know, I think about it a lot, how much America depends on us. I have seen it every day since I have been the chief. I have seen it. America depends on us for the national defense, from protecting the national security interests, the supreme interests of the United States. I have seen it, how America depends on us at home every day, in our towns, in our counties, in our states. And nobody does it like the National Guard. And I am honored, thank you, I am honored very much. I am honored to be part of this organization. And we celebrate today here our birthday. It is the 381st birthday of the National Guard. It's not NGB's 380th birthday. It is our institution. It is whatever it is that has caused the citizens of our great country to come to serve and really ask for nothing in return, that we treat them with respect. We offer them the opportunity to serve with dignity and honor and be part of the National Guard, the United States Army, the United States Air Force. And every time I'm here at this speech, I realize that I have less and less of these to go in my tenure left as the chief. And as I went around over Thanksgiving and I saw the men and women who are serving our country in the war zone, I realized that, you know, I need to enjoy every single second of this because it is such an honor and a privilege to be able to represent those men and women who will, one hand on the plow, one hand on the musket, will drop everything and come to either the president's call or the governor's call, and it's a special group of people. And I just want to end this ball one more time by saying I appreciate everything that you do. I appreciate everybody here tonight. Well, I appreciate the men and women who are retired. I've seen retirees here tonight. I appreciate the men and women who are civilians. I've seen men and women here who are part of the active duty force and realize that, you know, we really are a total force. And as I was running around the AOR this past month, and I looked around, and You know, I landed at Al-Udeid and I saw 27 tankers on the ramp from 17 different wings. And I saw groups of maintainers and flight line supervision and fuel cell operators from people from all of those various different organizations working together as if they'd worked together forever. And I thought, you know, it is a special thing about us that we have done some things right to enable that to happen. And as I talk to the commanders in Afghanistan, and I've seen our soldiers embedded and working with Army troops around the world, really, it is truly, truly something special. And we can't do any of that without the support of our employers, of our sponsors who are here tonight to do that. I thank you very much for doing it. But most of all, I thank all of you. You know, I wish you all a happy night here tonight and some dancing. I'm not going to stick around and see most of that. Thank you very much. But I'm going to tell you that I am proud to be part of the National Guard. I want to wish you all a safe and happy holiday season, a Merry Christmas to everybody. Most importantly, a happy 381st birthday. I'll be on Fox on the December 13th. Watch me like 6:30 in the morning. I'll be cutting a cake with the New York National Guard Empire Shield folks that are up there. And I'll be thinking about how great and how they represent the other 450,000 men and women of the National Guard. Happy birthday, everybody. Thank you very much.
Thank you, General Engel. That's some Guard lethality right there, huh? Sir, thank you for your comments and for your leadership, and thank all of you for making time and spending your precious resources to be with us here tonight to celebrate our 381st birthday. Before calling up the chaplain for the benediction, please look under your plate for a golden ticket. There should be 3 of them. The winners will receive a complimentary stay for 2 at the Army-Navy Club downtown. With a Sunday brunch for 2, compliments of the Army-Navy Club. Or a certificate for a stay at the Washington Hilton. Anybody got tickets? Back there's one. All right. Give the winners a round of applause. So, following the benediction, we'll hand this party off to DJ Leo. Please feel free to come up to him and request your musical tasteful selections. Chaplain Brandt.
Come here, Chris, come here.
Oh, Lord.
Okay. Wasn't he phenomenal tonight? Okay. Bring him back. Bring him back. Bring him back. Bring him back.
I don't know, sir.
Okay. Okay, you're going to get a 2 Scotch benediction tonight. You ready for that?
You going to use
Okay.
the Warrior's Prayer?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Okay. Receive the benediction. Gracious God, we're thankful that one of the first miracles was to turn water into wine, which resulted in a party and a celebration. And so in that spirit, give us dance feet that don't stumble, dance moves free from embarrassment, and a pride of serving that never retreats. Happy birthday, amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. This concludes the formal portion of our program. Enjoy the rest of your evening.